Hi, and welcome to this ClearVantage quick take on how to create exhibitor booth plans in ClearVantage and display them online. So you'll see here I'm starting off with my event. I have my 2017 exposition, and it's the annual conference. And you'll see over here on my website, it looks great. I have some images, I have an agenda, I have prices, I have speakers. But when I click exhibitor sign up, it says, hey, plan not found. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create your exhibitor floor plan that can be used to allow exhibitors to sign up for their booths online. So I'm going to switch back into ClearVantage. And I'm going to go ahead and come over here where it says exhibits. And you'll see that I have no booths created yet. And so for this event, we're going to have 20 booths. Now, you can have anywhere from just a few booths to up to thousands of booths. In fact, right now, as I'm doing this video, ClearVantage and ClearVantage Online is running the largest trade show in Canada, or at least one of the top 5 largest trade shows in Canada, where they have 900 booths and over 25,000 attendees. But what I'm going to do is just create a small booth plan, and I don't see any booth plans here yet, or floor plans, so I'm going to call this the main hall floor plan, and I'm going to basically add 20 new booths, and it created my new floor plan for me. I'm going to create 20 new booths. I'm not going to put a prefix on here. I could put BT, so it'll be BT1001. I'm just going to keep it as is. And I'm going to make them 10 by 10 feet. And what I want to do is have 5 columns, or 4 columns of 5 booths. And we'll make this a portrait layout. And I'm going to set the prices for these booths to be $1,500 for standard price and $1,250. You can always change these later. And these are all going to be linear booths, or yes, linear booths, and they're not going to be taxable. So I'm going to go ahead and create booths. And this will go ahead and create my booth plan for me. You'll see here, well, did a couple of things here. Let me go back, because it opened that floor plan for me. It created all of my booths, so you'll see here I have 20 new booths on my main hall floor plan. Now I can go ahead and click on floor plan, and this brings up the ClearVantage floor plan layout tool. You'll see it gives me a very basic layout that complies with the rows and columns that I requested. And so I have 5 columns and 4 rows. Now what I'm going to do now is publish this out to my website. So I select File, Publish Floor Plan. It tells me that it's been successfully published. Now if I go back to my website and I click on this exhibitor sign up, you'll see here that I have a very basic floor plan layout that matches the floor plan layout that I have in ClearVantage right now. So what I'm going to do is make a few changes. So I'm going to go back to ClearVantage, and the first thing I'm going to do is load my floor plan background layout, right? And so what I did, now you're going to get a background layout from your exhibitor hall, which needs to be in a JPEG format. But what I did is I went in here and I created a basic floor plan layout. And in this case, it is important that you have the right image size. So I created an image that was exactly the size of a piece of paper, but you can actually create as large or as small. But this background image is going to be this size on your website and this size in the floor plan builder. That allows you to build an accurate floor plan layout in ClearVantage. So I basically took this and I saved this as a JPEG. So I'm going to go into my floor plan builder and select File, load background image. And I have my Exhibitor Hall floor plan. I hit open, and this is going to go ahead and bring in my floor plan background. Now the first thing I notice here is that my booths are a little bit big for the background that I have. So I'm going to scale these booths and make them a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm going to go into and say edit, and I'm going to say make all booths smaller. I can also do that by using the shortcut key Control U. So I'm basically making those a little bit smaller to the point where I think they are going, it's going to match the right size for the background layout. And so I'm going to go ahead and select File, Publish Floor Plan again. And now that I published my floor plan with these changes, I'm going to go back to my website and just view that Exhibitor sign up form again. And you'll see now that I have my background image as well as my booths here. And so I think what I want to do is maybe make these booths a little bit smaller and lay them out. So I'm going to go back into CV and go one size smaller. So I'm going to select Edit, make all booths smaller one more time. And now what I want to do is start moving these booths around. Now there's lots of nice features in the booth layout to allow you to easily align booths as you move them. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to move this row of booths here down to the lower right side. So I can either select one at a time and move them one at a time. I can hit the Shift key and click on a booth to select, or I can click my mouse outside of a booth and draw a rectangle around the booths I want to move, and then simply move them to where I want them. And let's put these here, and we're going to make a row of booths here, and then we're going to make a row of booths here. We'll bring these over here. Right, and actually I'm going to make these a little bit bigger, I think, when I'm all said and done. So now I have two here. And a few things, well, and then let's move these down here. So I'm going to just move this bottom here. And I want to move this, but I'm like, oh, I moved that up here. And so what I want to do is align these booths. And so what I can do is I can either select them like this, right, to select all four of these. Then I can right-click and select Align Vertical on the top edge, and that will align all of my booths for me. Now, if booths are out of alignment, say for example this one's over here and this one's over here, and I want to align them all, again I can just select them all like this, right-click, and select Align Horizontal on left edge, and that will make sure that all my booths are aligned. So I can just go ahead and select all of these, right-click, and select Align Horizontal on left edge, so they're all lined up nicely. Now we're going to move a few more of these. We'll move these here, and we'll move these down here. Okay. And we'll basically make a somewhat of a diagonal around the food court area. Now at any point in time you can go into your whatever tool you use to create the background image and change that background image. But I'm just going to go ahead and say, let me go ahead and align these. So we got a row here. We're going to align them on the top edge. You can also nudge these up by just using the mouse key. Okay, so now I have a pretty decent set. Now I'm going to make a couple of these. I'm going to make these booths just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go in here, and instead of hitting make them smaller, I'm going to make them all larger. and that shifted these around, so I'm going to drag them all and move these this way. And so now I have a pretty nice booth layout. I hit OK, right? Or I don't even have to hit OK. It saves as I go along. Now I'm going to go ahead and publish this again to the web. And now that I've published my floor plan, I'm going to go back to my website and go ahead and view it again. And now I have a very nice, well, pretty nice. Of course, you would spend some more time on this and lay it out just so. But now I have a floor plan layout laid out exactly as I specified it. Now, you can continue to update this floor plan. People can come online now that it's published. People can come online and it's active and actually select a booth and then something like this, and then go ahead and hit continue to select that booth and do checkout and purchase that floor plan. They can also, you probably have exhibitors that want some special treatment, and so maybe you have an exhibitor that says, hey, I want a double booth and I want it close to the food court. Well, in that case, you come back over to CV, you get that phone call, and you say, okay, sure, you want to, you'd like a booth 2002 and 3002. Well, this is what's great about CV. I can simply select these two booths, right-click, and select Merge Booths. It'll prompt me to confirm. And now I have a merged booth close to the food court. Now I may want to just change the layout a little bit. Maybe I want it to look like this. So I can change this layout. Right? And so now I have a double booth adjacent to the food court. I hit File, Publish Floor Plan. Come back in here to my website, just hit refresh, and now I have a double booth that someone can sign up for. And of course, for your exhibitors, signing up for a booth is super easy. All they have to do is select booths that they want, and that will put it on reserve momentarily. So other people looking at the floor plan at the same time will see that that booth's no longer available. And we can go ahead and check out. So if I see a booth that I like, I simply select it. I hit continue. It pre-fills my information. I go on to continue. You'll see that it gave me the member price. I'm actually logged in as an organizational member. So instead of $12.50, it's $1,500. Instead of $1,500, it's $1,250. I hit continue to payment. I enter my payment information. I hit submit payment. And there is my booth purchase confirmation. I received a 100 square foot booth, 3003. There was a registration fee. We had a registration fee on top of the booth fee. So my total is $1,330. And now when I go back to the floor plan, you'll see here this is no longer available. And it tells me that ABC Medical has reserved this booth and it's no longer available. Now, you have complete control in the sense of your booth checkout process. Some of our clients prefer to allow them to make a half a payment, so it'll be a two-phase payment. So if it's $1,250 or $1,500, they pay half of that. So you have control of that. You also have control over what is available to see. Sometimes you just want to say this is reserved, and not from a competitive standpoint, not show other exhibitors who's in what booth. So you don't actually. So this is just a template, and you do not have to say what type of company is there. that's up to you, or what the name of the company is that's reserved this booth. And then on top of it, the last thing here as part of this exhibitor overview, here is another, we also have the exhibitor directory. Now this is a different event, but if we take a look here, with Euclid's advanced floor plan and booth module, you also get the online exhibitor directory. And so this is actually more of a real floor plan with a real background. And if I click on any of these booths, it'll tell me who this organization is, right? And so it's a really nice interactive for after all of your exhibitors have signed up, and you want to give an interactive exhibitor directory to your members. This is responsive. It looks really nice on any device, but then you have a very nice, basically real-time exhibitor directory that if you click on a booth, it tells you who's in there, and you can also do search for various exhibitors by entering information in here, and this will search the exhibitor directory. And so I hope that this gives you a good insight into how the floor plan layout tool works, how you set up ClearVantage to allow online exhibits, and basically the neat features that are available from a layout standpoint and from a directory and purchase standpoint.